Well, here we are. Welcome back to our Zoom sessions. And today, very lucky to have the lovely and talented Hunter Kaine with us on the screen. Hunter, g'day.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for a beautiful introduction. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Good to see you. You're obviously at home there. What's doing?
I've actually just moved house, so I'm actually really pleased that this is all you can see at the moment.
Not much in there?
There's just chaos around me, but and some barking dogs next door. So I hope you don't pick up on that.
It's all good. It's all good. We're these things we're trying to get used to the situation that we find ourselves in at the moment, and it's got to be hard for everyone, but particularly for artists who make a living playing in venues. How's the struggle is real for artists.
It absolutely is. Yeah, it's a terribly difficult time, and everybody's trying to adjust. I've been really fortunate in that, I haven't been gigging over the last few months. I've just been working toward getting this song out and working toward my EP. So I'm really fortunate in that it hasn't affected me too greatly. But yeah, definitely feeling it for all the other artists. Yeah.
Tell us
I think you're all adapting really well, though. Like everyone's just still sharing their creativity, like everyone's on doing these Facebook lives, and it's wonderful to see. This is keeping the world up.
We're adapting to these.
We're adapting.
Yeah.
That's what creatives do. Yeah.
We're doing Zoom interviews.
We are. And this being my first, so.
Oh, I'm pleased that we could get you on and get you familiar with the program. Can you tell us your story? How did you get into music, and how long have you been doing it, and why country?
Goodness gracious, big question. Very musical since I was little. I always wanted to be a dancer, actually. So when I was a little kid, I did ballet, tap, jazz, just absolutely everything I could do possibly with dancing. I got to about age 11 and wanted to start playing drums, and then I wanted to start singing. My dad was a really amazing guitarist, and just a really musical family. So I have really fond memories of Dad teaching some amazing players, people from Hunters and Collectors. Dad used to play with John Farnham back in the day, Johnny O'Keefe, Little River Band. So
holy smokes.
Yeah, so I just grew up really musically, and we moved to the country from Melbourne when I was about 12, and really all that was available in the country was country music competitions. So that's where my passion and love for country music really started. I guess from that point onwards, I got involved in a lot of different genres. I joined a massive blues band in Warrnambool. I've done some soul bands, like 12-piece bands. I did my own pop rock outfit about 15 years ago. But I don't know, something was nagging inside me, and I just really was feeling like I was being drawn back to country music. So the last few years I've been sort of focused on that, and joined Deep Creek Road and was with that band for a couple of years. And here I am now solo.
How does it feel to be a solo artist now? I mean, it's one thing being in a band, but being out on your own, it's a whole different thing altogether, isn't it?
It's a whole different animal, absolutely. I mean, the Deep Creek Road thing was amazing. We were so passionate about the project, and just, absolute gun musicians, and some great gigs in Tamworth. I think we did 13 gigs in 5 days when we were there. So that was kind of a baptism of fire, but, super amazing. Unfortunately, it just kind of slowed down. It's hard to coordinate so many people when, they all have families and they're working musicians, they've got commitments. We had one band member move to Perth, so it just slowed down, and I just felt like I just really wanted to contribute so much more, musically speaking, and I had so much feeling inside me that I want to share. So now, in being a solo artist, I've been able to produce this last song, Long Way From Lonely, and I'd co-produced other material in the past, but I had such a vision for this song, and it being my debut song, I just really wanted to challenge myself. So in that sense, there's a lot more freedom when you're working on your own, which I'm finding really wonderful, and logistically speaking, it's just so much easier.
Well, you've come out with a banger and with a bang. I mean, it's a terrific tune, and you've got some big guns, heavy hitters on there. Shane Nicholson.
Shane Nicholson, what can you say? I mean, my goodness, it's just been an absolute honour, a complete career highlight. The man is just incredible. He's got all the right ingredients as an artist, as a person. In working with him, he's just one of the most humble people. He's so professional, and a super intelligent guy as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But when I first heard the song, I couldn't get it out of my mind. I had this idea. I could hear Shane's vocal on this song. And yeah, I reached out to Shane in hopes that he'd love it and see my vision for it. And thankfully he did, you know, so here we are.
How do you do that? Do you just get on the phone and go, "Hey Shane, you want to do it?" Or you message? How does it work? How do you get a guy?
I know, right? It's a bizarre thing. You know, I'd been thinking about it for ages, and I thought, look, you know, I could reach out to him and just see what happens. What have you got to lose? He could only say no. So I just actually messaged him on Facebook and said, you know, hey Shane, how you doing? I just want to run some material past you and see what you think. And I've got these ideas, and explained it to him. And you know, he shot me his email address, and the song went off. And a couple of days later, he came back with, "Gee, that's just a really stunning song." So we went from there.
We're going to post the link to the video underneath this video, so check it out. It's a great clip. Looks like you guys had a bit of fun making it too. It's quite a I don't know. It's quite a lovely love song.
It really is. It really is a love song. It's a song about really needing to connect, you know, and it wears its heart on its sleeve, and it's brave, and you know, it speaks from the heart. And I think that's the most captivating part of the song, is that these days there's so much material that really kind of holds back, and this one doesn't. This one's just so honest. And what I'm finding really remarkable about it is the timing of the release. With everyone being in lockdown, I feel like we all just really want to connect, you know, and that's what the song's about, just wanting to be away from loneliness. So I don't know, I kind of feel like it's meant to be. There's some sort of synergy going on there. Yeah, so I really hope it brings the world some comfort.
Making the clip, was it, how long did it take? What did you guys have to do? I mean, was it a long process? Because it looks like there's a fair bit going on there.
The clip, kind of formulated a few different ideas, ran it past Shane. We actually had one idea that we were both really keen on. We were going to do this kind of vintage bus thing, and then end up like with all the musicians on the bus, and we were going to end up at a venue and singing the song. But it was really difficult to get a hold of a really good vintage bus that not only looked aesthetically great, but actually still worked. So I guess it was going to be a little bit of like a Almost Famous. You remember that movie? It was like the scene from there, a little bit like that. So sadly that idea fell over, but you know, I came up with this idea for the motel, and I guess to really kind of support the lyrical content of the song, I really wanted to make sure that we were never in the same room as each other, that everything was kind of going on through the wall, and that we could hear each other through the wall. So the motel was in Essendon in Victoria, and it's like this 1960s vintage vibe. So yeah, it really supported the song as well. And you know, I got in there with a whole bunch of kind of vintage props and bedspreads, and pulled in a lot of guitars and leads and things of that nature, just to really give it the music vibe and just to really support the song.
So it's very, very.
But the day was amazing.
Yeah.
The day was completely amazing, because you know we had scotch and guitars strewn around about the place, and Shane loves the scotch just as I do. So the sun was shining, and the crew was having a blast, and we were just exploring all these different creative ideas. come the end of the day, we had a couple of more scotches and had a few laughs, and it was just, yeah, a beautiful memory.
Happy days. Well, we're going to post the video under here. You can check it out, the debut from Hunter Kaine, featuring Shane Nicholson. And before I let you go, you know, we've all been in isolation. Have you discovered a new talent or a hobby, or been getting stuck into, like the rest of us, you've been getting stuck into Tiger King?
Oh my goodness, yes, I did check out Tiger King. That thing is, yeah, that thing is definitely unique. Wild ride. Interestingly enough, I had read the other day that, you know how he was saying that he was, you know, a country artist and playing his songs and videos throughout the whole thing. Apparently there's a bit of a Milli Vanilli thing going on there. So yeah. I found that kind of amusing.
Yeah, he had someone else singing the songs for him, because I was sitting there watching it thinking, and this guy's actually, you know, he's pretty good.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, I have to read that. Yeah. But you know, the other thing if
he ever gives the tour away, he should, you know, he should move to Nashville and start a career. But obviously, yeah, like you say, he was faking it. But it doesn't really come as a surprise, really. We're talking about Joe Exotic, one of the worst human beings to ever walk the planet.
Carol Baskin might put out an album. You never know, Dan.
Oh dear. Well,
you can only imagine what the content would be.
Yeah.
But you know, I watched an amazing series, series 2 of Ricky Gervais's Afterlife.
So good.
Loving that. Absolutely adoring that. Like, that guy directed, performed, wrote the whole thing, and I just find that absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah.
Definitely not one for the kids, though, that one.
No, it's incredible how he can go from like these shocking characters that your jaw just literally drops on the floor, and 2 seconds later you're bawling your eyes out.
Yeah, stuff. Well, Hunter, we appreciate you jumping on Zoom, and I'm glad we were the first Zoom for you.
Bless. Thanks so much.
Enjoy your new place, and enjoy the ride in this. This crazy times that we're in, and we appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day.